So, imagine you're driving to school and running late. I usually don't have to imagine that. Luckily, I made it here on time. But for those of you who have your life together, just imagine you're running late. So, you're driving to class and you're going the speed limit, 30 miles an hour. What do? You decide to press the gas pedal a little bit, get to 50 miles an hour, you make it on time. Go you. What do you do there? You weigh the pros of getting a good grade in class versus the cons of breaking the law. I come from football culture, and at its most basic, players think like that. However, players choose not to break rules regarding the speed limit, they choose to break rules regarding concussion protocol. Now, what is a concussion? A concussion is a widespread term used to describe any sort of brain trauma. 47% of all concussions that happened during high school sports in 2012 were because of football. That equates to 1.8 million concussions just in 2012 alone. Now, personally, I think that number is higher. That is because many of the players that I played with choose not to report their concussions and opted to stay in the game. This is extremely dangerous because compounding concussions, when one concussion stacks on top of another, are what cause serious damage and can lead to CTE later in life. On paper, I was lucky. I didn't suffer a single concussion my senior year. That was on paper. I actually did get a few, my favorite one occurring during homecoming. It wasn't a really big hit, but when the player brought me down, he whiplashed my head into the ground, and that's what gave me the concussion. I decided to stay in the game. Now, I was pretty messed up from that, and I stayed messed up throughout the weekend. So my beautiful concussed mind decided to fake an ankle injury to stay out next week. Now, I did that because I knew I would probably get concussion protocol if I kept playing, and that would have kept me out definitely for 2+ weeks. I knew the risks of concussions, and yet I chose to ignore them. Why did I do that? Some of you might be saying it was the concussion, but really it comes down to football culture. Early on, my coaches taught me the difference between being hurt and being injured. Football thrives on competition, not only over one's opponent, but over one's own body. Football is for those willing to sacrifice their body to achieve a goal. And with that mentality, a concussion is just another thing keeping a player from winning, not an injury. Now, I haven't played football for a while, and I've kind of been detached from the culture, but I can see other people's perspectives with that detachment. Concussions are very serious, and given a second chance, I might have chosen to report some of them. However, I knew that if it was senior night and I had one more chance to play, I would only see concussion protocol as little more than a speed limit.